In April 2026, Donald Trump reposted a comment on social media characterizing India and China as hellholes. Indian citizens immediately flooded platforms with fierce outrage, demanding an aggressive response from their leadership. But the official reaction from India's Ministry of External Affairs was tepid. They released a highly measured, bureaucratic statement, calling the remarks uninformed and in poor taste. That cautious phrasing created a vacuum, leaving the Indian public's anger unaddressed by their own government. This silence created a diplomatic opening, one that Iran's consulates identified and used to their advantage. The official social media accounts of the Iranian consulates in Mumbai and Hyderabad launched a viral counteroffensive against the U.S. president, actively defending India's image. The Mumbai consulate proudly posted a video of the city's modern skyline and suggested Trump book a one-way trip for a cultural detox to cure his toxic outlook. Indian citizens began sharing the consulate's posts, cheering for a heavily sanctioned Middle Eastern regime that was providing the fierce rebuttal their own diplomats avoided. Why would a besieged nation expend its own diplomatic capital to defend India and mock a U.S. president? This digital exchange is a proxy for the actual, physical war taking place thousands of miles away. While the internet focused on the social media feud, a real military confrontation unfolded at the Strait of Hormuz. The U.S. relied on a complete naval blockade at this narrow passage, aiming to starve Iran by cutting off oil exports. Washington assumed that after sinking over 100 vessels, Iran's naval capabilities were destroyed and total submission was imminent. Instead, Iran deployed its Mosquito fleet, hundreds of tiny, fast boats that stay hidden inside coastal caves until the moment they strike. Overwhelming military size means very little when the enemy refuses to engage in conventional battle. These swarms move in rapid, unpredictable patterns, evading the multi-billion-dollar radar systems designed to track large warships. Under U.S. Navy watch, these small fleets began seizing massive Allied oil tankers, including ships bound for India. America's destroyers are built to fight other warships, leaving them ill-equipped to target dozens of scared speedboats zooming across the water. Following this failure, President Trump abruptly fired his Navy chief, frustrated by the inability to stop these small, inexpensive vessels. The president's outburst against India and China coincided with this naval stalemate, the rhetoric of a leader whose conventional military pressure had reached its limit. Beyond the military failures, a legislative deadline was looming in Washington, D.C. for May 1st. Under the 60-day war powers clock, the administration must secure Senate approval to continue military engagement in the Middle East. 10 conservative senators have already defected, handing the opposition the legal authority to terminate the war entirely. This forced a scramble to extend an Israel-Lebanon ceasefire, an attempt to bring Iran to the negotiating table before legal authority runs out. Meanwhile, Iran has remained unified, refusing to yield while using its diplomatic channels to openly mock the American position. Whether using small speedboats to block global trade or social media to undermine a rival's alliances, these asymmetric tactics allow smaller nations to paralyze a superpower's traditional advantages.